chapter 6. And I'm going to read, starting around verse 12. Let's go to verse 12. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, that's talking about Gideon, and said unto him, the Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And where be all his miracles which our fathers told us of, saying, did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord hath forsaken us, and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked upon him and said, go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee? And he said unto him, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said unto him, surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. Look at verse 17. And he said unto him, if now I have found grace in thy sight, then show me a sign that thou talkest with me. And we're going to pause there for a second. I want you to see what's happening so far. Gideon is being visited here. And he has a conversation with God through the angel that came. He has a conversation with God. And God gives him some good news. Now, you would think if God gives you some good news, you'd be excited.
Right.
This is God talking. God speaks. He speaks through messengers. He speaks through his angels. He speaks through his word. He speaks. When he speaks and you recognize that it's him talking, something should kick in. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is the Lord.
Right.
And God told him, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to deliver the enemy into your hands. Now, let me give you a little bit of background, that which you're going to have to study on your own time. See, the Midianites had been, they had been really rough on the Israelites. Every time they would grow crop, anything they would grow, the Midianites would come in and swipe it up. Like, give me that. Imagine that, you farming, and when you done worked hard, you done tilled the soil, you done worked it all these months, and then when it's time to gather, they come in, excuse me, that's mine. Let me bring in 2015. Imagine you done worked overtime. You done put in 60 hours this week. And you're like, man, I can't wait till this check out and bless me. I can do some things. Amen. And then, just as you get ready to get your check, somebody else walk up and say, excuse me, I'll take that. And you got to sit there and take it. Watch them enjoy the fruit of your labor. Wow. But this is what was going on. The Midianites had been just overpowering them, just doing them wrong. And they were fearful. The children of Israel, they were scared. They were fearful. But here God tells Gideon, I'm going to deliver them into your hand. Now, instead of Gideon getting happy, his reaction was, all right, that sounds good. If this is really you, though, show me a sign. Let's just think about this for a minute. If all of Israel was scared of these people, they were in hiding, and matter of fact, back, let me give you a little bit more. When the angel comes to Gideon to speak to him, Gideon was in hiding. He was working on, he was getting some wheat ready, and he was in hiding while he was doing it, because I just told you, every time they would get some crops ready, the Midianites, they would take it. So he had to sneak and do it. So he was in hiding. He was fearful. Now, anybody in their right mind during that time, you would think, they're not going to be talking like this. They're not going to be saying, hey, I'm going to deliver the Midianites into your hands. They was too scared to talk like that. So you would think that just maybe, just maybe there would have been a little inkling of something that this might be the Lord talking. Just maybe that somebody was bold enough to make this statement. But anyway, he does what we do this many times. I need a sound. Now, let me give you a little bit more background. Go to chapter 7 and look at verse 1 and 2. And it says, then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and we're going to talk about those names in just a second, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the well of Harod, so that the hosts of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Morah in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. It's too many. And then go down to verse 7. I'm just giving you enough so you can follow. Verse 7 says, and the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go every man unto his place. Okay? So he's letting him know, we'll talk about that process in a second, but he let Gideon know, I'm going to use 300 men. Just 300. And I'm going to do what I told you I was going to do with the 300.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, go to chapter 8, verse 10. Now, this is after the fact, but this is a key verse because I want you to understand the opposition that they were against. Chapter 8, verse 10 says, now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Kakor, and their hosts with them, about 15,000 men. Now this is when they were on the run. This is 15,000 men. But look at the rest. It said, all that were left of all the hosts of the children of the east. For there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. Now, 15,000 that were remaining at this point. This is the enemy. At this point, there were 15,000 left. It said there were 120,000 that had fallen. So that means there were 135,000 soldiers against the children of Israel. Now let's go back. God told Gideon that I'm going to use 300. See, I wanted you to get them numbers to see just how crazy that sounded. Because when God gives you a dream, when God shares some things with you, sometimes it sounds so crazy. Crazy. Yeah. There is nobody in their right mind that will take 300 people and go against 135,000. Unless you was crazy. Now let's look at Gideon. Gideon, I want you to see that we're going to talk about, I guess I should give you a subject now. We're going to talk about the stages of faith. So this is stages of faith part 1, and then we're going to look at part 2 next week. The stages of faith, part 1. Now Gideon, let's look at this process he goes through from our eyes. He was given his assignment before he was really ready to do it. The angel came and visited him God shares with him what he wants to do. I'm going to use you to deliver these people. I'm going to use you. You're the one. I've chosen you. Gideon wasn't mentally ready yet. He wasn't ready. Right. Because throughout the text, and I'm telling you, you got to read it. He questions God. God, if it's you, show me a sign. Right. And then God showed him a sign. Matter of fact, Gideon was so bold with it, and he did it respectfully. He did it respectfully. He didn't say, God, you got to show me a sign. He didn't do it like that. He said, let me say it this way. He said, excuse me, I don't mean no harm, sir, but, I'm just human, and, we doubt things, and, I just want to make sure I'm hearing the right voice and hearing the right thing. I don't want to miss it. So, could you please just show me a sign? And then I'll know that I'm following you like I'm supposed to. And God's like, okay, I can respect that. You trying to do the right thing? Yeah, I'll show you a sign. And Gideon's like, this is the sign I want. He gets specific. I want you to do it exactly this way. And God says, okay, shows him the sign. And then Gideon comes back. All right, you showed me the sign, all right. Well, if it's really you though, I need you to show me one more sign. God's patient. He's like, all right, name it. He does it again.